What's up, everybody? Steve here. If you're in the market for a home or an investment property, in many cases, in many markets, you might be having a hard time trying to find a property, or maybe you're getting outbid depending on the market. And I can tell you, we sold one of which we purchased, but I'd say probably in the last month and a half, we probably sold 5 or 6 off-market deals. And that's the reason for this video today. Is if you guys are struggling to find a property for yourselves, it might make sense to figure out going after off-market deals. And I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to find these properties, and they're relatively easy. So the first one is, you might want to get a good real estate agent in your area, but to get a list, so if you have a community narrowed down, get a list from a real estate agent that can pull a list of expired as well as withdrawn as well as terminated listings in that area. And obviously it helps if you guys know the area of concentration, because you don't want a huge list of entire zip code or town or whatever the case is. So if you got an area narrowed down, get a real estate agent, pull that data, and then you can talk to your real estate agent. You guys can figure out how you want to work it. In many cases, they can negotiate that the seller pays them a commission. If not, you might want to work something out where you pay them a commission upon a successful sale. But you can have them reach out to the previous listing agent to find out where the seller is at with the sale of the property, if they're intending on selling it. And a handful of them that we did recently were all expired listings, and these were expired several months ago as well, so they weren't even recent expireds. I think they're even 6 months or older. And you can have that agent reach out to the listing agents, find out what the situation is with the sellers, if they're interested in still selling. And then you're dealing with one buyer, one seller, and not a bunch of buyers. And you guys could try to negotiate a deal that way. Another way is to actually mail a community. Provide a well-written letter and mail everybody in the community. You can get on your local property appraiser website. Most areas have a local property appraiser site. So, like, for example, Lee County, you just type in Lee County property appraiser in Florida, and their site pops up. And then you can start to filter through and get the addresses. And now you want to make sure that you guys are sending the mailer to their home address. So a lot of times they'll show the site address, and then it'll show the home address as well. So you want to send it to where they get their mail, where they live full time, because it could be an investment property, it could be a second home, and they might not get mail there. So you want to make sure it's going to the right place, so you can potentially mail them. Another way, and I've seen success in this as well, where you could actually knock on the doors of people in a community and find out if they know any neighbors. Don't ask them specifically if they're selling, but ask if they, you're looking to buy a home in XYZ community, and if they know anybody that's interested in possibly selling. Another way is to network with real estate agents that are prominent players in those communities. A lot of times they have either pocket listings where the sellers do not want to list the property for sale, or they're going to get a future listing, or may know of other people that are going to be listing in the future. And it's to their advantage as well, because then the listing agent, or if it's a future listing, they can potentially get both sides. They can get the buyer commission as well as the seller commission on it. And so I would suggest just do a simple online search, find out who the players are. If there's not any specific agent that's prominent in there, just find out any recent solds and get the agent's contact information, because a lot of times the agents might have a thumb on their pulse for anybody in that community based on them previously having the listing. They might have some inside information as well. Another way to get some off-market deals, there's a site, I got an affiliate link in the description below. It's called PropStream, and this is even more for distressed owners. So you can literally get on that site and you can search for people who they might have defaulted on their mortgage, they might have past utility bills, they might have contractor liens on their property. So you're targeting people who might not financially be able to afford the property, and they might be inclined to sell the property. And PropStream is a great tool to find those distressed sellers, and ultimately you might be able to even get a more of a discount deal because you're going direct, no real estate agents involved, no commissions involved, and potentially making a very easy transfer for the person selling. And you might even want to offer, maybe if they're in bad shape, maybe offer them a temporary lease back where they can lease the property back until they can figure out where they're going, or maybe even give them a couple months of a free lease upon a successful sale, just to incentivize them as well. So those are some suggestions on how to find off-market deals. They happen all the time. They're not even recorded in most MLSs, and ultimately it happens all the time, and you guys can take advantage of that as well, especially if you guys are in a situation where you're just having a lot of trouble getting into a property or getting outbid. I think it's important for you to have other options. And even the recent deal that we purchased, it's our primary residence, but we were able to I previously owned a condo in the same complex, and so I knew people in there, and one of the neighbors notified me about some people that were potentially going to sell, so we were able to work out an agreement with our with our new homestead that we purchased, an off-market deal. And we were able to get a better deal because there was no commissions involved, and we were dealing direct with the seller on that. So anyway, I hope these tips helped you out, and appreciate every subscriber on this channel, and thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you.